What's up, guys? How are you? Happy Halloween. Welcome into a Friday morning episode of the Daily Juice Podcast. My name is Matt Perrault. You guys can follow me across all of my socials at Sports Talk Matt, and we are back after a losing day. It's been sort of a seesaw week for us. The over does not come in. I also had a same game teaser that failed. A-Chain gets over basically in the first half. He had over on that. So that was the easy play of the day. And then Tua did go over. He had about 36 passes. So we lose on that. We're down 1.25 units on the day. So still have a chance to have a winning week. Last day of the month. We'll add up here. We're going to be down probably somewhere in the neighborhood of about 10 units for the month of October, which is not good, okay, which is a bad month. But we haven't had a bad month in a while. So we were due to have a losing month. So we're going to have a losing month of October. We start November tomorrow, try to win it back and close out the year really strong. We are still way up for the year of 2025. And barring, unless I have a catastrophic the next 2 months, we'll have a winning year for us in 2025, heading on into January in 2026. If you guys have been with us for a while, we like having fun on Halloween and just in general. I've got a Halloween parlay for you guys. I got 3 bets in 3 sports as well. But before we get to those, let's remind you, today is the last day to enter into the Ricky Pearsall jersey contest from pristineauction.com. If you want to win this, you must be a subscriber to the BettingPros YouTube channel, and you must comment on this video. That's all you have to do in order to get entered into the contest that could win you a 49ers Ricky Pearsall autographed jersey from pristineauction.com. Subscribe and comment. Today is the last day to do so. New contest will begin coming up here for tomorrow. And if you guys haven't checked out what's going on with Hard Rock Bet, you should 100% go and do so. Today's show is being brought to you by Hard Rock Bet. Check out the Hard Rock Bet Sportsbook app this weekend if you haven't not done yet. Trending picks, most bet upsets, and more. We're down to the final stretch in college football. Every game, every rivalry, every upset matters now. Don't just watch the chaos on Saturdays. Bet on it. Join Hard Rock Bet today, a $5 wager. If it hits, you'll take home $150 in bonus bets on top of your winnings. So let's finish out this season strong. New promos every day, so you're listening to this later on, just open up the app and check out what we've got any day of the week. Download the Hard Rock Bet app and make your first deposit today. All right, let's begin in hockey with the Vegas Golden Knights up against the Colorado Avalanche. Okay, so a couple things to point out here in this one that, I have now really loved getting involved. I was on the first period over with the Bruins yesterday, and now we're going to get involved here in the first period over for Colorado and Vegas. Why? Well, Vegas has scored 11 goals in the first period. That is in the top 3 in hockey. 13 goals by Utah. That's number 1 in the NHL. But Vegas has 11. Colorado has 11. Everyone else is either, there's 113 with Utah, there's 112 with Montreal, and then everybody else is at 11. So that's been highly productive. The Golden Knights currently are the number 1 team in hockey to a first period over. Boston got it last night, so they're 10-13, so technically they're number 1. But 8 of the 10 games for the Vegas Golden Knights this season, they have seen an over in the first period. For Colorado, it's a bit more 50-50. 6 out of 11 for Colorado, but given the way Vegas has played, the wide open nature of Vegas, and the fact that Vegas has been a gift team, goal in the first 10 minutes, 8 of the 10 games for Vegas has seen a goal in the first 10 minutes. You can play that as well, but rather than jump on that did not hit yesterday for the Bruins. They're now 10 for 13 for the Bruins for gifts, but the first period over hit because they scored 2 goals in the first period. So this is an opportunity, I think, where we can play the whole period, but you can jump on the gift. It's minus 160. So I ended up losing money on that game because I bet the first period over and the gift. I laid about what did I lay yesterday? I think 160 on the gift, and I laid minus 135 on the first period over. So the juice got me a little bit on that. Nothing too substantial, but it got me a little bit. So I'm only going to bet one thing here on this game, and we're just going to come in here and we're going to go and we're going to bet on the first period over. Vegas and Colorado over 1.5 goals in the first period at minus 140 for 1.4 units. Second bet to college football. Syracuse is at home against North Carolina. This is almost a Halloween bet for me, okay? One, Syracuse is bonkers for Halloween, like crazy. You have a football game on Halloween on campus at Syracuse. This environment is going to be crazy. I mean, this is North Carolina is not a good football team. Now, people are saying they're playing better, but we get to fade Belichick in prime time, and we're laying less than a field goal on this. I know Syracuse is bad. I know Syracuse hasn't beaten anybody really that makes you go, oh, Syracuse is a good football team, Matt. No, they're not, okay? They lost by 25 to Georgia Tech. They lost by 17 to Pitt. They lost by 13 to SMU. They lost by 35 to Duke. They lost their starting quarterback during this run, mind you, so that's never easy to overcome. But you have a loss by 1 against Virginia. North Carolina's playing tough. They lost to Cal by 3, catching 7.5. They lost to Clemson by 28. They lost to Central Florida by 25. They equally have lost 4 games in a row. The difference is I just think the environment here. I mean, again, it's Syracuse. They're at home, and it's North Carolina on the road. We're in a primetime spot. The total's 45.5. I'll just trust Syracuse to play harder. I'll trust Syracuse to get a win here against Belichick and company because I don't trust Belichick and company at all. 0 zip, none. Sorry, not trusting it at all. We're jumping in. We're taking Syracuse. We're going with the Cuse. We're going with the Orange. We're going to lay 2.5 down with Syracuse at home up against North Carolina, win the game by 3, and get a W that they desperately need on Halloween at home on campus. Finally, for the straight plays, Kevin Gausman goes to the mound tonight in game number 6 of the World Series. Kevin Gausman over 15.5 outs tonight. Kevin Gausman has gone over this number in 13 of his last 15 starts, including every start in the playoffs. Against the Dodgers in game number 2, Kevin Gausman recorded 20 outs. The line was 14.5 in that game. It's now 15.5, and it's minus 110. Until the Dodgers show me that they can hit, Gausman's going to be in the game, okay? This lineup just hasn't performed. Now, could this game be won by the Dodgers tonight and keep their season alive and force a game 7 because Yamamoto is going on the other side? Absolutely. I don't think you can really. I was looking at some of the props for the Dodger players, like Varsho. You can go back for hit run in RBI for Varsho. The prop bet cheat sheet likes that. It likes other players with the prop bet for hit run and RBI. But this is a guy who has gone back-to-back complete game shutouts. I can't jump in on this. I think you have to know who's pitching and who's on the other side for the Dodgers. So I think you have to go and focus on Gausman. I think we're in a pitcher's duel. I don't mind the under in this game. I don't mind a first 5 under in this game. This could be the end of the season. It could be the last baseball game of the year coming up here for tonight. I've had a very good baseball season in 2025, so I don't want to get too crazy with this, but I think Kevin Gausman is a really good play to come in over 15.5 outs. We just need him to get into the 6th inning and go and record 1 out in the 6th inning, and we're good. If he gets 2 outs in the 6th inning, we cash this bet. We're going with Gausman over 15.5 outs for Kevin Gausman at minus 110. And finally, how about a Halloween parlay? Okay, so this is a Halloween contest, Halloween costume parlay. What would you want to wear to a Halloween contest if you're wearing a contest, if you're wearing a costume to a contest, okay? So we're going to take the Vegas Golden Knights, which is a fun costume to wear, a Golden Knight costume, up against the Avalanche. They're at home. I've seen it. It's not so much of a guy costume. It's more of a girl costume. But tigers, right? You dress up like a tiger. The Memphis Tigers tonight, they're big favorites tonight. If you are looking at just numbers-wise, Memphis is laying 14 points on the road to Rice. So we'll just take the Memphis Tigers coming up here. And then who wouldn't want to be a dinosaur? You could be a raptor. But I'm not going to take money line with the Raptors. I'm going to take plus 6.5 points with the Raptors at minus 105 on the road against Cleveland. Boston just beat up on Cleveland. The Cavs are pretty banged up. There are a lot of injuries there. The Raptors might be able to keep that game relatively close. Just take the Raptors plus the points here on this, and we go, that should be Raptors plus 6.5, just FYI. So for you guys who are only watching this, you're not going to have the parlay right. It's plus 6.5. Golden Knights, money line. Tigers, money line, Memphis Tigers. And the Raptors plus 6.5 is a plus 347 parlay. Let's throw a half a unit down on that here and have some Halloween fun for us coming up on that. So the plays for Friday: Vegas and Colorado over 1.5 goals. Syracuse laying 2.5 points at home against North Carolina in college football. Kevin Gosman over 15.5 outs at minus 110. And the Halloween costume parlay of Golden Knights, Tigers, and the Raptors plus 6.5 is a plus 347 parlay. We'll throw a half unit down on that. Happy Halloween. Be safe. Enjoy it. The weather in New England is a little bit difficult for trick-or-treating. It's chilly, wet, and windy. Hopefully you guys have some better weather where you are. It's also Del Mar, the running for the Breeders' Cup. The Classic is tomorrow. If I have any plays, I will throw ahead and put it in the Discord channel. Looks like Nevada Beach is getting a lot of love from the handicappers for the Classic coming up tomorrow. Sovereignty has been scratched, but you have a huge horse race at Del Mar. 1 year ago today, I was at that race in Del Mar. So we'll get to that maybe tomorrow on the Daily Juice, but a lot of college football also in the Discord channel, bettingpros.com/chat. My name is Matt Perrault. You guys can follow me across all of my socials at Sports Talk Matt every morning, wherever you guys get your podcasts, even on Halloween. It is the Daily Juice.